This has been a very long year, full of adventure and heartache, hardships and well-earned victories. The chosen of Eucorial stand above the capital, looking down upon this sprawling city they championed, a confetti of flower petals fluttering through the air. They stand together on the plateau, far above the noise, watching the column of people traveling from street to street. The parade grows as more and more citizens leave their homes to join the manic procession as it passes by. It must be close to the spring equinox now. The last one feels like so long ago. The riotous crowds almost seem fitting this close to the new year. From this far above the almost euphoric scene, they can hardly hear the sound of thousands of feet landing in far too perfect matching step. Nevertheless, each step drives greater fear into their hearts, the sound more felt than heard. What a way for it to end! The small group of people on the bluff know that this is to be their end. It's going to be everyone's end, this march of madness. They're only offered this final glance as the last bastion of the northern continent falls to its advance. A red-haired woman in the group happens to tear her eyes away from the view to look at her friends, her guildmates, and cries out in horror when she discovers she can see through them. A glance down at her hands tells her the same fate has befallen her. The others barely notice the outburst, their eyes glued to the horrors below. They've seen this coming. They know. One of them, an elven woman, sighs as she rapidly fades away. Well, maybe next time around. Hello, and welcome to Flashback, a D&D campaign with Chaos Counseling.
Dang. 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 I love how pained you sound coming out of it, like that took so much effort.
Okay, but I am shaking so bad
I know, bless.
We should probably do introductions. I think we'll just start from this side of the room and go around, introduce yourselves, tell us your character, what class you're playing.
As well as your D&D history.
Yeah, and D&D history.
Hi, this is Sunshine.
Hi, Sunshine.
My character is Silnelis. I am a Fearbold Feywalker. It's actually a class I found online from it's a website called Ian Cider, spelled with a 5 instead of an S. Just like third-party D&D 5th edition stuff. It's really cool. Check it out.
Yeah. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Have you played a lot of D&D before?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Hi, I'm Luke.
Hi,
Luke.
And I am a D&D player.
Alright, glad to know.
Glad we are all together to solve this problem.
I first started with my roommates in college, and then I dragged my wife, my future wife, and her roommate
I promise I'm not on drugs, guys.
into my world, and then she dragged her sister, and I dragged my brother down, and well, here I am today. I am playing a Darthellan druid.
You don't have to sound so excited about it.
And hopefully...
I think it's going with the whole therapy
I
session.
know, exactly. I know, but...
It works.
We're not couples therapy anymore,
I
guys.
know, it's that!
Counseling session.
Okay.
Oh, okay, fine. Keep
Carry on.
going then. Keep going about your sadness.
What's your character's name?
My character's name is Sham Rutherford.
You're not Shamu right now. Just tell him his name.
Shamu.
Alright.
Okay. Alright.
We'll get to that when we actually start playing. We're out of character right now.
Yeah.
So I'm Flaze, and also known as Kendall.
Yeah.
Hi, Flaze, also known as Kendall.
Sunshine. So I'm playing an Arakokra named Maeve. and it's gonna eventually be a Blade Singer. Eventually. Still gotta get there. And my history with D&D is like Luke said, I got introduced from Abby and played D&D. I've only really completed like maybe 2 D&D campaigns though. So...
I don't think anyone truly can complete a D&D campaign unless it's for a podcast.
So
I don't think anyone finished.
So like out of everyone here, I'm probably the biggest noob to D&D, to be honest, just because schedules suck. But I like it, so I'm down to play.
Yeah. So I'm Abby, and I am playing a drow wild mage named Kadia, who started as a Total Taco ripoff, but then she grew into her own, and now she's my favorite. And she probably hates me for making her. But I am a wild mage, it's going to get quite crazy up in this biatch.
Oh, I should say that I'm like a wild wizard thing.
We gave her the
And I'm just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are using the wild magic table for
But we made our own
Kendall
because
as
we're
well.
crazy.
Yeah, we wrote each other's.
We're gonna frick one another over.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna ruin everything. It's gonna be great.
Yep. So that's about it.
That is us.
All right, and then
I guess I haven't played D&D super long. I love it, and I've DM'd a couple things with like the Pokemon
tabletop
homebrew thing. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I've
And-
DM'd a couple sessions.
And that's like
Yes.
probably the one that I'm best at, but I love
Yeah.
I love the classic stuff. But this is
Yeah.
the first time I've ever touched 5th edition, and it scared me.
I'm Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I'm also known as Shawnee on this channel.
Why, Shawnee?
Sometimes.
Hi, Tammy.
Kind of flops. I'm also Tammy. No.
So what's your character's name?
My character's name is Everyone Ever.
Oh, I thought
my
you were gonna go straight to my
You're
character's
awesome.
name is God.
Well, remember, you're also Mother Nature.
No, it's true. I will be our DM for this session. I'm kind of similar to Flaze, where I haven't played as much D&D, but I have years of experience DMing stuff on World of Warcraft, and that's totally the same thing.
Really?
Well,
Somebody
you're a
does
lot,
the math for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a lot more organized than I am. I just, make up stuff as I go when I DM. You actually did something that I'd never heard of called preparation.
Yeah, a lot
What's
of it.
prep?
I don't know.
Uh,
But yeah, I think we're ready to get
think so.
started.
Let's see how much I can break this game.
Fingers crossed,
Woo!
everybody.
So, just as a quick note for those listening at home, we are homebrewing quite a few things. We have a homebrew class. We've homebrewed a few changes to the to the wizard, just for kicks and giggles.
We homebrewed our own wild mage table.
Yeah, we did. We homebrewed the wild mage tables, and we're all fairly new to 5. So if you hear something that doesn't quite fit, please don't crucify us.
We are learning.
We are all learning as we go.
But we wouldn't mind, I guess, suggestions or like
Yeah, absolutely.
point out things like, oh, you should probably do this instead, or we
Yeah.
might not listen, but we appreciate it.
We also have to keep in mind that it might be a long time before this is posted, so any suggestions you make might take a bit to be implemented.
It might be already over by the time we see them.
Well, I hope not.
In any case, the world is also homebrewed, so we're not going to be playing in Faerun. We're going to be playing in a world of my own creation, which has not been named yet. So, vote now on your phones. We can name the place. I don't know. Half the places aren't even named yet.
Sunshine, put your phone away.
But he's voting on his phones.
Either way, I think we're ready to start.
Here we go.
So here we go.
I'm scared, guys.
Me too.
Welcome to Eucorial,
Okay.
a beautiful jewel of a city nestled into the hills of a kind of rocky country named Tikarak. It's kind of a peculiar city. When you enter through its gates, all prejudices are set aside. It's considered kind of the melting pot of the world, and one of the best places for opportunity, because it is a guild city. It's run completely by adventurers' guilds. And right now is the perfect time to be visiting Eucorial, because it is the spring equinox, the Eucorial New Year. And that means every guild ever is recruiting right now, including a brand new guild, which has a lot to do today. The 4 of you walk out of an amphitheater on one of the outer rings of the city and start heading towards the inner city, towards the plateau that has been haphazardly dropped into the middle of the city. And I mean quite literally dropped. This city came from somewhere else, got plopped right here in the middle of Tikrak, and a city grew out of it.
Shit, was that my fault?
It might have been.
Okay, I need to know that.
No.
Okay.
In any case, as it is recruitment day, you guys are down to the wire to get all of your paperwork in to start your guild. Your goal right now is to try and find one of your Coriel's support staff. They'll be wearing a dark vest with red pants, and they're probably somewhere in the sea of people that you can see. It's like walking into Disneyland. There's just people everywhere.
We're on the rise! This is bullshit!
Often.
This is some shitty Disneyland!
As you're wandering through the sea of people, you actually see a sizable group kind of pushing against the current, trying to get to the far-off plateau, all wearing matching tabards. Clearly, they're the first group to leave today. They're already off and away, so you're already running out of time.
Get your issues off of the road, people!
The people nearby kind of look at you like, fuck? And just kind of go about their business.
That's right. You like to stare, don't you? My
So who are we looking for again?
So you're looking for one of the support staff.
I have an idea.
Okay.
All right.
Being a bird,
Oh my gosh, yes, B-burb.
I'm going to start flying.
All right.
I
And
like
I'm going
this
to get
plan.
away from him.
I like this plan. I'm going to take credit for it later, just so you know.
Take credit for it, babe. Don't listen to the stupid whale man.
And so I leap off into the sky with a resounding
Yes!
And all of our audience just left.
It was worth it. Nice to see you guys. Bye.
Thanks for visiting.
One day.
One day.
So this Aarakocra takes a flight into the air with the most ear-piercing screech, and everyone shuts up. And looks up.
Okay. I am going to take this opportunity. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, and I'm going to create... It says I can create, like, a faint musical notes, but can I ask if I can make it basically, like, help me project my voice? So it's like, I'm looking for sounds! I forgot what it's called again.
A support staff.
I'm looking for the support staff! Because it's dead silent. I might as well take advantage of the quiet.
The people all just kind of stare at this like, what?
I'm here to form a guild!
Meanwhile, I'll just zoom off.
They all... A few of them, like, point in a random direction.
Thank you!
And the rest of them just kind of stare as you guys go by, and they kind of, like, shuffle out of the way. Like, what in the world?
Oh, thank you so
Shamu,
very
don't
much.
ruin the moment for me!
Oh, this is
This is
beautiful.
my moment, my friend. Just
Oh, isn't this a lovely day?
Kadia, I understand.
Let me have this, my friend. You can gloat all you want after the paperwork is signed. But
By the way, if you happen to stay for this long, the reason I crowed is because it was a request from the people in our Discord that I screech when I first get the chance to. And so I had to return the favor to them. Also, do I have to roll like a perception check to see if I notice
The
them?
crowd has parted, so you're fine.
Oh, perfect! I go through it!
Hey,
yeah.
now instead of parting the Red Sea, look for the red within the sea.
Hey!
Hey.
Alright. As the crowd parts, you actually can see plain as day the support member, and some of you may not have ever seen this kind of creature before. She stands at a good 8 feet tall, covered in scales and a few feathers along the back of her neck, and looks very similar to a Komodo dragon, but standing on 2 feet. This, for those who are familiar, is a Vakoshan. She's standing there in a dark brown vest and the red pants, and she's just like checking on a clipboard and seems to be like looking at one of the guild's stalls and just kind of judging them. Mm-hmm. She hasn't seemed to notice you yet.
So, I have a question.
Sure.
Since I'm flying towards her, will I be the first to approach?
Probably.
flight
What's
speed?
your flight speed?
50.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
My land speed is friggin' 30. I'm yeah.
30.
No, you absolutely will be the first one there.
So, I will rush up to her and, stop. Normally. And then
Normally.
Normally.
And then I'll just be like, ah!
Well, this lizard looks at you,
Oh, look, dinner.
and is like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, me and my guild would like to acquire your assistance today. They're coming, but they're a little bit slow.
Just because my land speed is 20.
She kind of squints
Boy.
at you, and is like, "You're
I
starting."
cast Mage Hand, give it to the paper that we need him signed, and just fly that shit up next to freaking Maeve. Just whoosh, Mage Hand.
So she's squinting at you, and then suddenly this mage hand is like right out of right field, and she jumps and
then
then
just
kind of
whoosh.
grabs it, and she stares at the paperwork and then stares at you. "You're starting a guild today?
Yes, I don't see what the problem is.
It's the last day!"
Exactly! That's why jump, come on!
We gotta go, chat.
Let us know
She
when we finally
stares.
arrive.
You have arrived at this point. She just kind of stares.
Yes, you are right when you stare.
Remember, sweetheart, we need to wait until we're done, and then you can gloat all you
Any
want.
problems?
No, this is, what's the name of your guild?
The Conglomerate of Misfits.
Huh, the first time. Alright. Conglomerate of Misfits.
Yes,
Your
it
name
is
isn't it?
perfect for us, don't you think?
Yes, actually. Okay, well, my name is Sybil. I'll be
Hi,
your,
Sybil.
hello.
Sybil, it's a pleasure for you to meet me.
Of course.
Do not mind the whale, man.
Just ignore the whale. We all do.
Perhaps you've heard of me, I'm somewhat of a celebrity.
No.
Shamu, why don't you go into the crowd and show them off your, physique?
Now I must be present at the foundation of the conglomerate.
Okay, then you need to act more professional, darling.
What's more, I'm a professional showman.
Then act like you're signing your contract.
Sybil just kind of stares and just watches this exchange.
If you could just sign the papers, please.
Yeah.
Then we'll be out of your hair forever.
Let's see
I
here.
don't think forever is an accurate assumption, but why not?
For me, it might be true, darling. You know, remember how we met? I just poofed, and now I could poof away any day now. I'm waiting.
Right.
The clock's ticking.
Either way, Sybil, we would really appreciate it if you could hurry along, as this is the last day.
Yeah, we kind of want to be a
course.
guild, please. Because no one of these guys could hire me.
I wonder why.
I have
I
the
want to
rejection
myself.
papers right here. The audacity!
One just
What?
here for the fun.
Sybil just like keeps glancing between people, like she can't keep up with this conversation. She just doesn't know what to do. So she signs it and says, "Okay, well, most of our support have already been claimed, but..." And then she pauses for a moment, and this concerning smile spreads across her face as she gets
We
an
love it when people are
idea.
happy.
Actually, I do have a support for you.
Okay.
Come with me.
Okay.
Shit, dear.
Sybil leads you through the people. She just because she's so tall, she can just push through these people without any issue, and you're able to kind of follow in her shadow.
Armed escort.
I assume since there's a lot of people, I probably will be walking, because flying is not a good option right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could fly, but
You
it would be
could
very
flutter.
hard to land.
It would be. I would need a big enough space, so I
Just
guess
stick
I'm
near me,
walking.
Maeve. It's fine.
So you follow Sybil into one of the side buildings. Not quite building. It's more of a tent that's been set up for this occasion. And she goes over and talks with a human wearing the same uniform. And they have a small discussion outside of your range of hearing, just whispering to each other. And the human gives her a weird look. Really? Hey.
I almost want to like cast prestidigitation, just fireworks around. It's like, da. Like we're great. Freak out doing it. Poof.
Maeve is
Tearaway pants come off.
Oh damn it.
Maeve is gonna be so shocked that she's like, I don't understand what ritual
And
this is.
I almost wanted to be like,
I'm going to do a
it goes off,
I'm going to
it
do a
scares me so
charisma
bad,
check
just
while
cough.
flexing my muscles.
Okay.
That would be a 16.
Well, the human is intrigued.
Maeve is confused. She
just
was not
kinda
expecting
stares.
this.
They're having this conversation, and the human starts just like she stops paying attention and is just kind of drawn to the display happening over by the tent entrance. And Sybil tries to get her attention, waving her hand in front of her. What do you do? And she looks back. Oh my
Da, da,
gosh.
da, ta-da! We're the best guild.
Wait.
You are
wait,
right.
Wait. For clarification, Kadia, is this some sort of ritual that you have to do when you're presenting yourselves to a guild?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
You alright when
It
you
helps.
stare?
It helps, darling.
Oh, okay.
My biceps have biceps.
He's not part of this. This is not normal.
Oh, okay.
That is a sin against nature itself.
Oh.
Sybil
Look
kind of puts
away.
her hands together and puts them in front of her lips, just very, very concerned, and says, "Yeah, this is gonna be fine. This is fine.
Perfect. There's a
This
help.
is absolutely fine." And she goes into the tent is partitioned into almost rooms, but not quite.
Oh,
She
kind of
goes
like
into-
friggin' Harry Potter with the
Totally.
tournament thing
Yeah.
with the tents things.
Yeah. So she goes into another room and comes back with a cat following behind her.
Holy
Says-
shit, it's McGonagall. I was right with Harry Potter.
And this cat, she's a dark-faced Siamese, and she's also wearing that dark vest with a red collar.
Oh my gosh, the tibbet. Holy
No,
hell.
tibbets are human-sized.
No, they can become
The
cats though.
Oh, really?
Tibbets can.
I did not know that. Either way, cat.
So it's wearing a vest like all the other workers are?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Maeve, being her, is going to approach it and stick out her hand and being like,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, this cat, widens its eyes and is just, shocked that you would introduce yourself. And she holds out a paw and says, "Thank you, it's very nice to meet you."
Thank
I
you.
can't hold it anymore.
it's
It's adorable!
Calm down, guys.
We love it.
I am gonna just
So-
stand in front of him and be like, it's a pleasure. Please ignore the whale. He's just dark.
No,
Where-
please don't ignore me. I don't want to ignore you.
I apologize for all these outbursts. We're a little bit anxious today.
Yeah,
if you
it's,
can't
you know,
tell.
last day and
Yeah.
all that.
This cat is just enamored with you guys instantly.
Aw.
We made a cat friend.
And Sybil,
Which is just a
from
cute
behind her,
thing.
is like, "This is Aveline. She's having a bit of trouble with some magic right now."
Oh, yes.
no,
guys,
no.
guys.
You don't want our help when it comes to troublesome magic. Fair enough. You would definitely want my help with
I'm gonna
troublesome
mage hand his
magic.
mouth closed.
Aveline is very confused at
I'm
this
just gonna
moment.
have my mage hand cover his mouth.
Please just ignore.
What's your
No,
problem?
no.
Hello.
Hi, I don't know what my problem is. I'm a cat. I don't think I was a cat originally, but I don't remember. But I promise I'll work very hard for you. I'll be a very good support, despite my size and inability to hold a pen.
Maeve is gonna
Darling,
stroke
do,
it.
Well, we can
Do
write
you
it
want
for
to
you.
borrow the mage hand?
I can write it for you.
No, Maeve,
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
We gotta do a talking stick or something.
Yep.
Gotta calm down.
Maeve is gonna stroke the cat. It's Tedgeworth, okay.
Okay, he's my
Tedgeworth
talking
is this dog. Maeve is gonna stroke the cat and say,
Don't worry about your size. That should not stop you from your potential.
this coming from a person who's 4'3".
Thank you.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Excellent. Good job.
Alright. Well, Sybil seems pretty pleased with how well this is working, and kind of surprised how well it's working, and signs your paperwork and does the stuff that you need. And
I will
hands it
now
back to you.
remove the mage hand off of
Okay.
Shamu's mouth.
Thank you. I guess I didn't need to seduce anyone today.
No, not today, dear.
Random question, do we already have a building for our guild? Or
No.
Okay, that's...
That's what I thought.
This is gonna be a problem.
Yes.
Okay.
So Sybil gives you your paperwork and says, "Welcome to Yokoriel. You'll want to get to the job boards as soon as possible if you want to get any jobs today.
Yes, and wait.
Have a lovely day."
So who's the fastest out of everyone?
You. Well, at least with your
When
flight
you're
speed.
flying.
What's your ground
Yeah.
speed?
My ground speed is 25.
Okay, mine's 30.
30.
20.
So
So we're the fastest on the ground, you're the fastest in the air, and you're the fastest in the water.
I'm the only one who can go in the water.
Well, we could technically swim, we just have to fight for a while.
have you seen birds swimming? Just so you know.
They float.
They float.
I can't swim.
Paddle.
I can't swim. So I'm wondering what the best strategy is
I
for
only
us
dog
to get
paddle.
to the job board.
I would send you ahead, I think.
Okay, I'll throw you. Ready?
Wait, let's get outside first.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Your wisdom is very wise. Thank you.
We have
What's
guts
your
to win
character's name
today.
again?
What is?
We have guts to win today. I can believe you there.
I could use the boost.
Okay, you throw her,
What was
and
your
then
name?
he's gonna cast a gust
What was
of
your
wind.
character's name again?
Maeve.
Maeve.
All right, I'll throw you I'll throw you as hard as I can, Knave.
Knave.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Mmm.
You can say May or Maeve, or you can call me Knave. It fits your character to call me Knave, to be honest.
Does, sadly.
All right, I'll promise I'll get it right next time, Glaive.
Perfect.
Oh, damn.
I feel like this is the beginning of the thing.
This sounds like it indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw her as hard as I can.
And,
So I guess
I'm
it's
going
a
to cast Gust of
strength
Wind.
check?
Okay. I'll use.
Have you seen my pulsing biceps?
Now here's a question. Do you know where the job board is?
No, but I'm gonna find it.
All right.
Too late! Shamu hurls her as hard as he can up into the sky, and yes, he is narrating while he does this.
Why don't you roll a dexterity check to see if you can keep your
Catch
balance when
flight
you're
after being
thrown.
chucked.
And being blown by
And
the
being
gust of
blown
wind.
by a gust of wind.
So
21.
it's a d20,
Not
right?
you,
Yeah,
her.
D20.
I know, I'm saying my
And then
strength
add
check
your
was
dex
21.
modifier.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I got 18.
18. Yeah, that's probably good. All right. You get airborne a little higher than you expected. You can see the city below you, this beautiful, almost like half of a wagon wheel, where canals cut the city into sections going outward.
That's so pretty.
She's so fucking high up. Oh my goodness. She had the whole-
Marvel at my strength.
I'm more worried you might have broken her.
So
She's
She'll
got
be fine.
hollow bones.
Oh, Fave is fine.
so
She is, but watch yourself.
now that I'm
Don't
up
worry,
in the air,
Katia. I'll be
Uh-huh.
worried.
I'm gonna try to look for a crowd of people, specifically like if I could see sections of groups of people that seem like they belong together.
Okay.
Because I figure if it's a job posting and the guilds are going to that job board, there's gonna be a group of people that look like they belong together.
Right. Why don't you roll a perception for me?
Okay. Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear. I did not roll high. Yeah, I got 5.
Okay.
She got
From-
way too high in the air.
From your altitude, like I mentioned, this is very much like Disneyland. So it's a sea of people. Like if they did the wave, it would look like the ocean. It would be incredible.
Dear.
Yeah.
You can see though, with the way the people move, there are lines in this crowd. So there's a line going to a booth, you think. There's a line going into a tent, and there's a huge group of people like clearly looking at something.
There's a group
There are
outside our
several
tent.
places. And then you can see your group where people are kind of scooting away.
Like,
Ah, my name already precedes me.
so it was a
come on.
job board, right?
But I have really high
Okay.
charisma. They should want to be as near me as they can.
What's your charisma?
15.
Oh dear, honey.
But
18, sucker.
but you're an elf.
18, sucker.
Moving on.
So I'm gonna go towards the one where it looks like a group of people are looking at something.
So
Okay,
I'm just
well, which
regularly
one?
handsome.
Like that big group that's clearly like watching something.
Yes, the big group that's watching something.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly down towards them.
So you fly down to this group of people, and it's a huge crowd, and you find that they are all staring at a chef that's doing a show at the moment. They're at a booth, and this booth is made out of like stoves and griddles and such, and there's a huge sign above that says "Now recruiting Epicurean Enclave." And this person is there flipping pancakes and doing like triple flips. And everyone's just like, yeah!
Wow, extreme breakfast making.
And the reason why they're all crowding around is because when he flips this pancake, he is a swordsman, and he pulls out his sword and he cuts the pancake into hundreds of pieces, and they go flying over the crowd in free samples.
Oh shit. Get what?
Oh my gosh.
You're
I'm
a
definitely
bird!
going to approach because this obviously is a skilled swordsman. I would like to see his work in action.
All right.
So I'm gonna approach it.
So he's
Totally
there.
forgetting my job.
Well, I'm assuming that we're all walking after her because we assume she knows where she's going.
Yeah, so you're now all together. She's gone far ahead. You threw her hard. And she's like a couple streets over by this point, but you know the general direction of which she went. And Aveline is just kind of padding along behind you, and she stops and stares at one of the booths.
Should I do a perception to see if I see her do that, or
You
can I
can
just?
choose.
I'm just gonna see if she does.
All right, so she's looking at a booth, and on
What's
one
up,
side,
dear?
hang on, let me finish.
Okay, sure.
On one side of this booth, there is like a guild that seems to be arguing with the guild across the way. It says, "No, spiders are evil," and keeps throwing at things at what clearly is a pro spider guild, because there's Drider sitting there, like hanging out at the stand, and they're throwing things back like, "No, spiders are awesome." On the other side of this booth is a very bored looking hunter that's just hanging out with his bear and waiting for people to come talk to him. But this booth that Aveline's looking at is empty. It's clearly meant for someone to be there, but it is empty, and Aveline just kind of stares.
What's up, kitty cat?
The caravan's not here.
Which one? What?
The Golden Dragon caravan.
Oh, that sounds fancy. Who the hell are they?
My old guild.
Oh,
Oh!
They're not here.
what could have happened to them?
Isn't that...
What do you mean by old guild?
Well, supports get traded around.
Oh, I thought it was a
okay.
permanent thing.
Well-
And you only lost them when they died.
They're permanent
That's just
as long as the
morbid.
guild wants them.
Well, they're assholes if they got rid of you. You're a
Boy.
cool cat.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I say we take this booth for ourselves.
Any problem?
Theft.
Can we do that?
I am
I
a.
don't know. I mean, it's their booth. We're not.
I don't see their name written on it anywhere.
Is there a low symbol on it though?
There's a little card on top that says reserved.
Damn it! I didn't see that.
Roger, I'm gonna use my cantrip produce flame.
It'd be better
Okay,
if
you have a fire in your hand. What are you doing with that?
I'm burning the
let me
reserved
turn off
note.
The
Okay.
booth next to it, the anti-spider guild looks at you and is like, "Dude, what the hell?"
Nothing. I was just.
I'm gonna drag him away. You have to be a bit more sneaky than that, you dumbass.
I'm used to all eyes being on me. So.
We don't want that when we're burning property.
Aveline kind of peeps up, like, maybe we don't make enemies on the first day.
Listen to our freaking
Or like this
support,
idea.
Shamu.
Or like this idea.
Well,
I mean, we could have obviously just blown the sign away and then not pretended it wasn't there, but no, we had to burn the fucking
Okay,
thing.
but-
Sorry.
no, but something is wrong. Clearly, they should be here. They're not even worried.
Well, I mean, it's
What does your uncle do?
the last day. They could have packed up.
Well, they're adventurers. I mean, what else do you do
Well-
in your Corial?
Well, no, duh.
Aveline kind of gives up.
I'll investigate the booth, see if there's anything off about it.
Okay.
Well, I can tell that their taste in my fabric is awful.
It's an empty booth, you dumbass.
It's an empty booth. It's just wood and that one card. Oh, I guess there could have been fabric underneath. So looking around this, why don't you do an investigation check?
Okay.
Also, when
that
you
would be
guys narrate, please don't use your character voice. This is extremely confusing for me.
14.
14? Alright, so digging around underneath the booth, it's wooden on top, it's almost like a crate on its side, so the opening is at the back, and there's a couple shelves inside. There isn't much there. There's a couple pamphlets that are clearly to give to prospective members, and there's also a job posting in there. And you pull out this job posting, and it says, Saltius Pass. Dragons. Lots of dragons. Please help.
Please help. It's spelled
hey,
exactly like that.
Hey
Please
guys,
help.
hey, check this out. Hey.
What? It's a piece of paper. Can I help you?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should read it.
Lots of fucking dragons.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, all I can do is magic missile and fucking ray of frost. Do you think I can handle a dragon?
Well, I think you could handle anything. Remember last time we came across a dragon?
I'm sorry I turned it into a fucking potted plant, okay?
Well, there you go. Let's just do it again.
It's random.
Aveline jumps up on your shoulder.
Ah!
And, sorry, she tries to look at this posting.
I'll just hold it up awkwardly and we're like, here you go!
And if cats could go pale, she absolutely would be.
Don't lose your
She
fun now,
looks
shit kitty.
horrified.
What's wrong?
This is the dragon posting. No one's wanted this job all year.
Well, I mean, they're called the Golden Dragons, so it makes sense they'll go after dragons.
No, I know what happened.
They're dead.
They took the entire guild
To find a dragon.
to fight a dragon.
Well,
Listen,
how big's their
that-
guild?
That seems kind of narcissistic
Not
to
20
go after
people.
dragons when they're named dragons. I mean, really, who does that?
Shamu.
Listen,
Look, I've told you, it's Sham, Rutherford, Westford, Guildford, Solomon
These are
Moo
for
the Third.
Oh, that was actually shorter today.
Aveline just kind of sits there and is like, done? Can I need to talk to you guys.
You have my permission to speak. I'm
Thank
just kidding. You can
you.
speak whenever you want.
Listen, this is my old guild. I know you guys are wanting to get started. I know you want to go get a job, but they're probably dead.
Then what's the point of following them if they're dead?
Survivors.
Fair enough. All
And
right.
enclosure, come on, this poor kitty needs our help.
Listen, I won't ask you guys to fight a dragon or anything, but help.
Well, it's a joke. How much does this thing pay?
At the bottom, it's a very big number.
Oh, fuck yeah!
We say we found.
This is how we get a house, damn it!
We say we found the paper. We should go after it.
Please.
We can reopen.
But is this technically robbery? We stole it from. Wait, no, because you're their old boss.
Not.
Support.
What was that?
He was adjusting the table.
I didn't
Okay.
mean to.
I'm a support. I'm working.
We have
for-
your permission? Since this was in their property.
Okay, wait. You're not gonna kill the dragon.
Do you see this number?
Yes.
Why not?
Because you will die.
Presentation it to death.
Don't worry. I'll seduce the dragon.
Well,
Sybil
look for the
is-
survivors. We'll look
Or
for the
not
survivors
Sybil.
first.
Aveline just kind of stares at all of you and is just absolutely flabbergasted. She doesn't know how to respond.
Don't.
Meanwhile, my
don't-
character is off getting pancakes!
Aveline.
Better
Aveline.
decision.
It's okay.
Aveline.
Yes, that's what I said. Avapine.
Oh my gosh. This is what I signed up for. Okay,
You're welcome.
Fine.
The
we
same
can
character has left.
fight- We can fight the dragon. Fine. Just get the survivors out first.
Alright, we have to
Also,
go
where
find
is that
Maeve.
nice bird? I really liked her.
Maeve was
Why would
right
you
ahead.
say
We have to go find her. You were busy looking at a shack.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think. Mean went off over that way.
Maeve.
Yes. Cave.
I really need to just give
Why
up
do I
on
try?
you.
Hey, it's not my fault. You tried to, roast those potatoes, and now I can't remember anyone's name anymore.
I mean, yeah, but I thought of you being better by now.
Holy crap! I predicted the future!
Okay, I'm gonna need some context.
I'm going to reveal this. Abby, on your wild chart, I have where you have to call everyone by name, but you have to call everyone by a different name.
It is true! I messed you up!
Freaking predicted the future!
Okay, so I roasted some fucking potatoes.
Eventually,
I ruined you.
eventually, you roasted them potato.
They were delicious.
Holy crap.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I just thought eventually, like my teleport. Well, then again, if I haven't teleported back yet, you probably wouldn't be fixed. Maybe when I teleport back, you'll be better.
We wouldn't count on it.
Probably not.
No.
It's all right.
Is
It's
this
all right,
normal?
Kamimi.
Yeah, this is very, very normal for us.
Okay.
Well, we gotta go find Maeve. Well, let's go.
Okay. And we're off to go find Maeve. Maeve, at this point, the free samples have moved on from pancakes to like a full farmer's breakfast. Like you have bacon and eggs and sausage.
You got the
and hash
way better
browns,
deal.
Yeah.
just like in itty bitty bite-sized pieces, just thrown in the air.
Perfect, because I knowing Maeve, she probably doesn't want to land, so she's probably good at grabbing these bits
People
of...
below are like, what the fuck?
You're like at one of those fancy Japanese restaurants where they throw the shrimp in your mouth, but now it's breakfast.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, freaking hibachis.
yeah, I'm gonna eat my fill.
All right. Well, you get a lovely meal, but while you're standing here, you have to listen to a sales pitch. The Epicurean Enclave is a guild of warrior chefs, and the warrior chefs are very religious. And this guy keeps like spouting lines about the divine meal, this meal that someday they will create and it will end all evil.
I buy it. I could totally believe that would happen.
And so he keeps inviting everyone, please come join the Epicurean Enclave.
I'm just here for the food.
That's okay.
That's the point.
Restaurant is open from 9 to 6.
I'm just interested in the food, not making it.
That's okay. We sell food.
That's the best way to have your funding. That is amazing.
Oh, it's great. They have a restaurant in the beginning.
That's
in the front.
freaking fantastic.
Knowing Maeve and just how they're like, here's some food, and like she's probably not gonna be greedy and grabbing it from everybody, get her fill. She's gonna be like, these guys are so nice and just like loving this whole thing and being like, oh my gosh!
Sadly, will show up and you'll be like, damn it.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna drive Maeve away.
So at
feel
this
bad.
point, you guys are able to get there, and you can see all this food flying.
Holy
and Maeve
crap!
sitting in the air, just like diving and grabbing things.
Never
I'm mage
before,
handing some of that shiz.
never before have I seen such bounty.
I'm just gonna have my mage hand just like, whoop.
All right,
Just like
you're able to catch
Well.
like some hash browns and some bacon.
I'm gonna catch stuff, and I'm 7 feet tall, so
I
have
am
an
going to
advantage.
actually mage hand some over to you. There's some. Go ahead and take it.
Food
Thank you.
above me.
Thank
And then I'm
you.
just going to dump it on your head.
Food on my head.
That was a mistake!
I love this garlic bread.
Maeve noticed these guys.
I think you'd
You
hear
have
me.
to.
I think you'd
Boy,
hear me.
Maeve.
Oh, and I fly down.
I'm going to go mage hand my own because I didn't even need any.
Yeah, you're able to get a few more. And it looks like he's getting to the end of his set at this point.
Yeah. So I'll be like,
Hi guys, I apologize. I got distracted by this man's wonderful performance.
I don't
Holy
blame
crap.
you.
I guess
Yeah,
this
too.
is the most
But-
delicious thing I've ever put in my mouth today.
Today. Well, we have a job.
Oh, you guys found it.
Yeah, you
Go
should
kill
check
some
it out.
fucking dragons.
Oh.
Look at the
Well, I
look at the
mean-
reward.
Okay, listen, guys. First of all, I don't think we have the skill capacity to kill a dragon.
said.
Don't worry. I have a plan. I'll seduce the dragon.
Dragons don't have feelings.
That's like
Okay, that's a little dragon.
Dragons are people too.
No, they're not. They're dragons. That's why they're dragons.
But no, Maeve, listen. So the dragon killing thing, that's like if it's like a baby dragon. If it's like an adult dragon, we'll get the fuck out of there. But we have
Okay,
to
you
go
do
look
have
for-
some sense.
Yeah, I'm not that fucking stupid. If anything, like, hopefully my magic just goes awry and I get teleported into, like, the astral plane or something. But, what we're really going there for is to find survivors of the Dragons Guild, the Golden Dragons, the Golden Dragon Guild, and we're going here because this was their job. And they're all kind of gone.
Oh.
Yeah,
This guild
those-
must have
And
an
that was
insult
her
guild.
people!
Yeah,
Good
those
for her, like
those vain douchebags going after dragons just because they're named
Shamu. I have only been on this plane for a couple of
This
months,
plane.
but I know that insulting people is not a good thing, no matter how tempted you are to do it. So,
Yeah. We understand. I prefer to be in the Feywild myself.
yeah. Okay, I think that's a great idea to go and find these survivors. But please, 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 do not get in over your heads and try to kill a dragon.
What if it's a baby? What if it's in its egg? We could cook a dragon.
I'm pretty sure if it's still in its egg,
Here-
well, there won't be dead people.
Here's the thing.
Then that's even better.
Here's
Have
the
you ever had dragon egg? They're very hard.
Here-
Talking stick.
here's the thing, guys. If this prize, and it is a hefty amount of prize, is as much as it seems, it definitely seems like it is out of our skill range.
Okay. Well, if anything, there's a job listing in the next town, wouldn't there be? Or are they all here?
They're all kind of here.
On the way out if we find the job
I
postings.
highly suggest we find these survivors because not only will we be saving human lives, but we will also be able to get associates to help us support our guild.
Maybe we can...
I like how she thinks.
Maybe we can, like, combine guilds
Well-
and make them misfits.
We agree. If this guild can hunt a dragon, we will want their help.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, so here's my thoughts.
I love that Tetris has become the talking stick.
Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts.
Here you go,
So-
Thea.
On the way out of town to go find these survivors, if we happen to run across a job board, let's also find something within our range before we lose them.
That's
So
true.
we have them for after we fight the survivors. So we can at least get some money too, because we don't have a home.
I do
Adeline
think that's a
kind of
good
looks at
idea.
her thumbs, or at her paws, and is like, if I had thumbs, they'd be up. But, you
Stick
don't...
your tail up!
No.
no.
I can be a thumbs.
Thank you. Hold on.
Okay.
We don't leave town, though. We use the portals. And she gestures up towards the,
I don't have
the
to activate this,
plateau.
right?
No, you
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I am going to remove my tearaway pants and do a charisma check and declare, can anyone tell me where the job board is?
Okay, charisma check.
18.
I'm
Oh,
scared.
no.
Well, a halfling woman kind of looks up at you and is like, such glorious legs.
Stop!
And pixies.
And they point in the opposite direction of the plateau. It's that way.
Thank you, dearie.
You're welcome.
Maybe you should... I was about to suggest that, but I feel dirty for doing that.
All right, let's go get a job, and then we'll make our way to the portals.
Please, so I can forget this encounter.
I agree!
Agreed.
Why can't I
agree.
just prestidigitation my brain away sometimes?